This is Joshua Hart for JTH Boxing. Today I'm in Manchester. I'm joined by Aqib Fiaz. Aqib, first time in a while we spoke. How are we, mate?
I'm all good, mate. How are you doing? You alright?
Not doing too bad. Made the trip up this morning. Very busy day of press conferences. Stable mates of yours involved in both. We've just seen Cameron Vong up on stage there. We'll talk about him first. Very rare you see a prospect take such a 50-50 type of fight at this stage of their career, but something we can't say we're not happy with. It's a great fight. Both I'd see him up for it. It's a good fight, isn't it?
Yeah, of course, and it's something that obviously not normal prospects would call out for, but we believe that Cam is above that, and yeah, that's the reason for taking the fight. He's he's a tremendous talent. He's always in the gym, always working hard and improving. Still very young, but yeah, he's taking the fights, and this is the kind of fights you want to see, isn't it? All the fans are talking about it, and that's exactly what you want.
And to show the what's the word? The confidence as a team. Obviously, Sam Jones is a manager. He seems very confident. I'm sure Jamie's very confident about his ability. I remember Jamie talking to me before I first seen Cam spar, and he said, "Trust me, this kid's good." And it's what we've seen so far. He's only shown, simply how good he is. And he is in for a real breakout performance, isn't he, on April 13th?
Yeah, 100%. And listen, if they didn't believe in him, they wouldn't have let him take the fight. And I think Cameron, is sort of above the sort of usual prospect at 3-4-0. He's above that level, I think, in my opinion anyway. He works hard in the gym. He's putting a lot of work into this camp as well. I expect a good performance from him. I expect like a shutout, if not a stoppage win, really, because that's how hard he's working. I've never seen him this focused before, obviously. He knows that it's a serious fight as well. He's not taking Jordan lightly, because Jordan's a good fighter. But yeah, I expect a good performance from him.
Obviously on the stage you could see Jordan's there to do, let's say, a bit more talking. Cam just wants to fight, doesn't he? He's not here for this talk, and he's not here for the back and forth. He just wants to get in the ring, doesn't he?
Yeah, I mean, it's good though. It's good for Cameron, really, because when he's in bigger and more important fights and someone's giving him stick at the press conference and at the weigh-in or whatever, it's all about staying calm and cool and then getting in on the night and just doing the job. And it's training for that for me. Everything happens for a reason. Like this fight, it came about out of nowhere. But I feel like it's happened for that reason, for Cam to sort of be ready for when he's in the bigger and more important fights.
Another stable mate we see later on today, Jack Catterall's finally got his hands on the rematch. I feel like whenever you mention Jack Catterall in the last 2 years, Josh Taylor tends to come along in the conversation at some point. But it's finally here, the rematch, April 27th in Leeds. Real big British dust-up, and it's something that I feel like British boxing's been lacking since the Saudi Arabia takeover and seen all the big fights over there. I feel like we've really lacked these big fights in the UK. And obviously Eddie Hearn's been saying it, everyone's been saying it, this is that big fight that the UK needs, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%. It's an amazing fight. And obviously the controversy surrounding the first fight makes it even bigger this time. It's that kind of fight, isn't it? It's the Hay, Bellew, the Frampton, Quigg, that kind of level of attraction, and fans are going to be up for this one. It's going to be a sellout, in my opinion, in Leeds. It's going to be obviously a great card, undercard and stuff. But listen, Jack's been chomping at the bit for this rematch, and I feel like Josh hasn't, and that will show on the night for me. Yeah.
And as a team, how excited we've seen how much this affected Jack. Obviously, you got to think when he first got the fight, it was a shot of a lifetime, undisputed. It's very rare you'll get a shot at undisputed. Just to get the rematch, obviously, while there's not the world titles on the line, I think this is more than belts now. I think we'll see this with how it's been received by the public. This is more than belts, isn't it now?
Yeah, of course. They like I think the slogan for the fight is "Hate is deep" or something like that. The hate runs deep, yeah, which it really does. They don't like each other one bit. You've seen that yesterday at the press conference. You've seen it for the last 2 years on Twitter, and it's obviously been entertaining. But Jack really doesn't like him. Obviously, I don't know on Josh's part whether it's fake or not. I don't think it is. But Jack really dislikes Josh Taylor. All the sort of things that have gone on since the fight has made it even worse, to be honest with you. Obviously, the decision isn't really his fault, in my opinion. It's the way he dealt with it after that made it worse and made a lot of people not like him, never mind just Jack.
Obviously, we'll talk about yourself now. Been a while since we've seen you in. Last time it wasn't the night to be. Obviously, you stepped up to the 12-round distance. You faced Reece, who was no joke. I think we've seen just how good he is as of late, picking up that British title against Liam Dillon a couple of weeks ago. No shame in that performance from you, though, a very valiant effort. What do you take away from that night, looking back on it now?
Nothing much, really. Listen, I've no excuses. The better man won on the night. However, looking back to just get focus on myself again. I watched this fight obviously a couple of weeks ago when Cam fought as well. He was there, and I was sat there sort of scratching my head thinking I should have been better that night, and if I was, I think I beat him. It's probably ahead on the scorecards, and but yeah, listen, everything happens for a reason. God, Allah is the best of planners, and I take it on the chin, and I'm back in the gym working hard, working on all the things I need to improve on, and hopefully get that fight again, to be honest with you.
Obviously, you mentioned being there on that with Cam being on that same card. Was it a little bit frustrating for you? Obviously, sat there watching it, knowing it could have been you in there, but obviously sometimes the timing's just not right. Everything, obviously, like I said, if you believe everything happens for a reason. But was it just a little bit frustrating sitting there watching, thinking that could be me in there tonight?
No, not really, to be honest with you. I'm not that kind of person. I'm not like a lot of fighters would say, "Oh, I was sat there jealous" or this and that. I'm not, to be honest with you. I think obviously everyone gets what they deserve in the end, and Reece has been a good, domestic level fighter who's sort of come up short a few times in the middle parts of his career, and now he's someone that I used to watch on TV when I was a young kid, and just sort of him getting there, he deserves it. He's obviously put in the work, and listen, he deserved it more than me. That's why God gave him that opportunity. So I'll make sure next time we face off, if we do, that it's me that deserves it.
And as for yourself, obviously you mentioned you've been back in the gym. I'm sure you've been in the gym for a while now. When can we see you back in the ring? I've been seeing on your Instagram you've been teasing at Fight News coming sometime soon. If you could give us any sort of update, when can we next see Aqib Fiaz back in the ring?
Well, we've Ramadan coming up soon, haven't we? During the month of March. So hopefully any time after that, really, I'm ready to go on any of these cards. And I'm just waiting for the contract to come and we can sign, and I'm ready to go, to be honest with you. Few little rumblings, maybe April, maybe May, but yeah, I'm ready.
And will it be back to 8 rounds, or will you be looking at 10 rounds? Because I remember after the Costa and Ion fight in Manchester, before you took on Reece, Bellotti, the talk was this was his last 8 round, it will go up to 10 now. Yeah. Then the opportunity came to box for the Commonwealth title, so it was up to 12 rounds. Will you be going back to the 10 rounders now?
To be quite honest with you, going through my career and my record, you guys know I've never ducked anything, any challenges, any fights. I genuinely believe in myself, and obviously I got it wrong last time. Wasn't my night, but I genuinely feel like whatever's next, I don't care, to be honest with you. I genuinely will fight anyone over whatever distance they want me to. You see that I thought, like you just mentioned, then Costa and Ion over an 8 rounder for probably half the money. Or half, no title, nothing. Like Barrett did, because he boxed him in the fight after. So listen, I have no issues fighting anyone. I believe in myself, and I believe that the strength and the power that God has given me, I believe in that. So I work hard, and I'm ready for whoever, whenever, however many rounds they want.
Okay, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you very much for your time, and I can't wait to see the return. You're a good fighter, you're a top lad. I'm sure the return, it's going to be a very, very strong comeback. Thank you.
Nice one, mate. Thank you.
Thank you, Aqib.
Top man.